This is your host, Laura Figures, with the Freedom Isn't Free podcast. And today I have the pleasure to interview a lovely couple that has retired together in the Army, found love, and now they are the fitness gurus to be. I'm so excited to introduce Mary and Kelvin Bryant. How are you guys doing today?
Hello, how are you
Hi, we're
doing? We're
doing
doing
awesome.
great.
So I kind of wanted to take this episode and spin it a little bit. This week we are celebrating love, 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 right? So, you guys, I was able to find a couple that found love in the Army, and I kind of want them to tell their story about how they met. So, Mary, tell us about the first day you laid eyes on Kelvin.
Well, I met Sergeant Bryant actually in formation. I seen him and kind of admired his swagger, the way he was as an NCO. And I just knew I had to meet him. I needed to talk to him a little bit further. I watched him with his soldiers. I found him to be completely attractive. I wanted to learn more about him. So I found my way over to his formation, stood next to him, gave him the greeting of the day before I walked to my formation with my people and and just gave him that good morning, Sergeant. How's it going? And just so he'd notice me.
So, Kelvin, did you notice Mary? She was giving you the eye at formation. Did you notice her extra good morning?
Well, actually, I didn't notice any of that. I thought that she was just being friendly. Honestly, I did. I thought that she was just being friendly. I knew she was one of my fellow platoon sergeants, and I thought she was attractive, but I didn't pay any attention to, I guess,
Mhm.
her signs. And to be honest, I did not notice her until we had a Halloween run, and she dressed up in a Cat in the Hat outfit.
So,
And
what was this Halloween run? What
it,
for a cat in the hat outfit for a Halloween run? Was it like a little sexy little kitten? Or are we talking about the real cat in the
No,
hat?
well, the
no.
Halloween run in the Army, you do little festive things around the holidays, and we had a just a run in the morning. It was just like a jog, a shuffle, in company formation where you wore your costume, and she wore a Cat in the Hat costume. The Cat in the Hat costume was, pretty normal from the waist up, but from the bottom down, she had the nice little leggings going on, showing off the figure. And that's when I really noticed her.
Well, I'm going to tell you our runs for this particular run. Well, the reason I wore the cat in the hat outfit was because we were allowed to bring children to the fun run and they were passing out candy and I wanted to be appropriately dressed and I thought a storybook character that the kids might know was Cat in the Hat. I didn't know that Kelvin was
Well,
admiring my Cat in the Hat outfit at the time.
well, the top half was for the kids. The bottom half was for the adults, or at least me. So that's what
I
I noticed first.
I did get honorable mention though.
That-
I did get noticed for my Cat in the Hat. I did. Well, being
Congratulations.
it was for the better storybook character. Now that's all it was that it was just because I had a good storybook character for the fun run. But but we that was like our initial meet. But I had really fell in love with Kelvin because he was such a strong leader and a strong NCO, and I liked the way he was with his soldiers, and I admired and respected that, and I really wanted to you know, talk with him and maybe even get some guidance because you know what, as NCOs, that's something we can work together with. And I just, I just knew I had to know him. I really needed to
So,
know.
so you was just flirting a little bit, just a little bit.
I was flirting with him on a personal level, but on a professional level, I really admired the way he handled himself as as a non-commissioned officer, and that impressed me more than anything.
But I think part of the reason why I didn't notice or noticed that she was flirting was because I was going through my own thing, with my divorce at the time. I was separated and going through the divorce. So, and unbeknownst to a lot of people, they didn't know that, but that was what I was going through. So I wasn't looking for anything, looking for
Wasn't
emotional signs.
you wasn't looking for love?
No, I was not.
No, he wasn't.
I was just trying to get through what I was going through.
Yeah. And I was already divorced, and I wasn't necessarily looking for love, but I definitely, like I said, I had a serious attraction to his strength and the way he carried himself as a man.
So let's fast forward. Date. Where's the first date at? Where did we go? Did we go to the NCO club? Did we go to the PX commissary? Where was we going? It ain't that many options. So
You were really dating yourself with the NCO club. However, um, what happened was, as my divorce, went on, we found out that our unit was getting deployed. And initially, I was
Mm-hmm.
not on the deployment list because I was going to be allowed to stay back for whatever reason. And turns out that I ended up getting on the deployment list, and her and I deployed together
Yes,
in
we
the
did.
same unit. And I think that was a sign, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and we didn't, I guess our first date would actually have been, I don't know, maybe going to the dining facility over there in,
Yeah, we were at what,
in
Camp
theater.
Victory?
Yeah.
Right. We were at Camp Victory.
I guess that would be our first date because
hold on for my listeners. Where is Camp Victory at?
Oh, it's in Iraq. It's outside of Baghdad.
So your first official date was in Iraq.
Yes.
Mind you, ladies and gentlemen, we were at war at the time. So, well, we were in war. So that was your first
It
date?
was.
well,
It was.
to be honest, she would not, we had talked after we got to kind of know one another before we deployed, and we realized that there was some attraction there. I was definitely attracted to her. I was attracted to her integrity, to her honor, to her commitment to duty, and doing what she needed to do to get the job done. I was attracted to that. um and she let me know in no uncertain terms that we were just going to be battle buddies or friends until
Mm-hmm,
my divorce was finished.
mm-hmm.
And soon after I got in theater at Camp Victory, my divorce was finalized. And then I guess that's when it, took off as far as her and I spending more time together.
Right. Actually, we became workout partners. That was one of the things that we found out we had in common was we went to the gym a lot because when you had that opportunity, for a little bit of downtime, everybody went to the gym. And Kelvin was instrumental in helping me lift weights. He was my partner. So we worked out together. He started helping me run, getting my 2 mile run time down. Just, we did aerobics, we did all of that, so we spent just times as friends, so much so that we became inseparable. When you seen Bryant, you seen me. So that's how it was.
So were you guys, I will say, support for each other during going through the Iraq war? Were you guys support and able to lean on one another during that difficult time? Because being separated from your family is not easy. So did you guys lean on each other, and that's how you were able to form more of a bond? Also, being over there in the time of war.
I think so. I think so more on her part because I think that was her first deployment.
Yes, it was.
I think by then that was my fourth, maybe fifth deployment.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew what it was like. I had been, deployed before, from my family members, from my other wife at the time, from kids. And now that I was newly divorced, it was sort of a break for me, but it was the first time for her being away from her kids.
Yes.
So it was very difficult for her. And I would just be there for her to, listen to her vent and for encouragement and just to kind of keep her going and let her know that you just get through it one day at a time. You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna have bad days and just try to make it through that bad day to the next day. That's
Right.
all you can do on a deployment.
So
Yes.
tell me about then now you guys are going through this experience of war, trauma, and now you're having to come back home and deal with kids and family and now figuring out what's next for your relationship. Um, Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, once we got through the deployment and we were on our way back, I found out that we were in Georgia. We were stationed at Fort Gordon, and I came down on an assignment going to Hawaii. I was going to be stationed at Schofield Barracks, Hawaii. So I knew I was moving on. Um, Kelvin was not moving on. So we were trying to figure out, well, whether we were going to continue our relationship. And a lot of times they say that you have these deployment relationships that you get over there, you meet someone, then when you come back, you split up and you go your own separate ways. But we really felt like we had a great connection. And I mean, I was in love with him. I can honestly say that the time we spent together, the year we were there, I really didn't want it to end. I wanted to come back and I wanted for us to continue on and really take this to the next level. But we both knew that the military wasn't going to allow for us to be together. So we were going to have to make some decisions because I was going to be all the way on the other side of the United States, outside of the continent, going forward. So we had to decide.
Yeah. So, as far as I'm speaking for myself over there, I did develop love for her. We found love over there. And coming back, it could have been real easy for us to just kind of say, hey, you know, the odds are not in our favor. You're going to go to Hawaii. And I was set to retire. I could have retired there in Georgia, and that could have been it. But we ended up having to fight for our relationship and for our love.
Yes.
Like she said, she was on assignment to go to Hawaii, and I had no options of going anywhere. So I had to fight and talk to certain people, and I got myself put on assignment to go to Hawaii. So we ended up going to Hawaii at the same time.
Wow. That's awesome. That's true love and destined for greatness. This is so amazing that the military, cultivates love also, just not only just, battle buddies, but also love. So
Mhm.
now you guys are both stationed in Hawaii and you're blending your families. I
Mhm.
know that must have been a challenge because, your kids now at this point are now all coming together as one. How did now bringing two families together, having this Brady Bunch, how did that happen? What were some of the challenges that you guys had to address?
One of the biggest challenges I think was the logistical side, um, because Mary, I don't think she had made that major of a move. That was a lot to get done,
Mhm.
because it was last minute. I had to fight to get on assignment, and by the time I got on assignment for us to leave together, it was sort of last minute. So um, I had an apartment to close out.
Right.
She had a house to close out.
Mhm.
She had a car that she had to ship. I had a car that I had to ship. And then we also had these kids that we had to get out of school and make sure that we got them enrolled in school over there. And then the personalities of bringing everybody together
Right.
and trying to make all of that work in a new place. And then you get there to Hawaii, and we're in a hotel, two hotel rooms,
Right.
yeah, joined by a door. And we got these kids with us, and we have these new jobs. And at the time, I think our cars hadn't got there yet. So we had a lot of challenges, a lot of
We did.
logistical things that we
Mhm.
had to overcome and work through, as
Mhm.
well as just the personalities involved. But we all made it work. I think we made it work with love and understanding,
Mhm.
and we just got it done. I think we sort of made it. We definitely incorporated some military training, some backwards planning, but we got it done.
Yeah. What he's failing to tell you was prior to us leaving, Kelvin had came to my children that were at home. I have 5 wonderful children. I am so blessed. And at home at the time, I had two children that were grown and on their own, and I had three children still residing at home. And he came on my birthday and he got down on a knee and he, in front of the children, asked them if he could marry their mom. I was taken back by it, and he presented a ring and everything. And of course, I'm like, okay, yes, let's get married. The kids were screaming, and everybody was really excited because then we left not 90 days later to make the trip out of the country to go to Hawaii. So it was just fabulous. It was just, but it was so awesome that, he asked, he had talked with the kids,
I
and really
forgot about
wanted
that.
to be a part of the family. I mean, he had met and, we've had family dinners and things like that, but he really wanted to let them know how much he loved their mom and wanted to be a part of their lives. And, we were able to bring, his daughter over later on once we got established and really bring our family together in Hawaii. We were there for 3 years and just enjoyed having the family. And surprisingly, everyone got along very well. There was no strife. There was no hiccups. We just all kind of fell in line like, this is what we do. So it was just an awesome experience. And actually our anniversary to really cement things is 11/11, which is when you think of our wedding day, it's on Veterans Day. So it's always a running joke for us that it's 11/11. We've had a marvelous experience meeting in the military and then marrying, so
In the military on
and
Veterans Day.
and the military and on Veterans Day. So it's been truly awesome.
So now you guys are retired. How is the retired life being married on Veterans Day, now retired? How is that? How is the retired life treating you?
Retired life is good. Is good to be retired, but you have to keep in mind that you're retired from the military. You're retired from Army. You're not retired from life itself. Since
Hmm.
retirement, we have we went back to school, earned a degree or two here or there, and we are still pursuing our dreams. I tell people all the time that, just because you get out of the Army doesn't mean your life is over. I don't understand how people have fought and, worked hard, strive to be the best that you can be in the Army or military for 20 years. And then after you get out, you just sit on the couch or you just say, that's it. 9 times out of 10, you're still young. You can still do things with your life. So, continue to strive to be the best that you possibly can be.
Right. Hmm. Yep. So we are employed. So we still are working. We actually work for the federal government. So we're enjoying that side. We see the other side that we hadn't seen in over the 20 years that we have served our country. We're finding ways to give back, to help out soldiers and veterans alike, because we know what it's like. We're also, starting, new ways that he and we can do things together with our fitness, because that's the other thing that we found very important.
After retiring from the Army, I ended up, because physical fitness was such a part of my life in the Army, I wanted to just expound on that a little bit and learn a little bit more. So I enrolled in school and, bounced around in other degree plans for, semester here, semester there. And I ended up coming back to exercise physiology. So I got my degree in that because I've seen what was going on as far as in my family, having some complications like diabetes and having just poor fitness, how it affects your life and how it affects your quality of life as you get older. And so one of the things that, Mary and I incorporate in our life is physical fitness on a daily basis. The Army has instilled that in us. So we want to
Hmm.
take that and turn that into something entrepreneurial, teaching others about the importance of fitness and the fitness aspect and how that will affect your quality of life. So we
Right.
are right now on the road to get more certification so we can start teaching some classes, doing some personal training to help others,
Hmm.
so that they know the importance of being physically fit, not just fit, for, you know, I guess, stuff on Instagram or whatever, pictures and stuff like that, but just quality of life so that you can be around for your kids and your grandkids.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Absolutely. That's important nowadays, especially since we're in this time of COVID, of us being at home. We can't really go to the gyms and exercise and lift weights the way we want to. So it's important sometimes for us to like literally turn on a video on YouTube and find a fitness instructor that we love and love to follow their exercises and
Right.
do a fitness routine, a 20-30 minute workout. I know I find myself doing that often because I can't step away from, my computer or my little one. So, YouTube has been my go-to to get some of my fitness routines. That's awesome.
And
Right.
that's one of the things that we have learned and we're building towards, because before this pandemic hit, we were starting the process of building it, just small things in the gym so that we could have the, convenience of working out whenever we wanted to. So we have actually built up a very astute home gym
Yep.
in our garage, and we do our workouts there. So we are,
Mm-hmm.
headed towards the goal of doing some videos on YouTube and putting some of those workouts together for people who are stuck at home because they don't want to go to the gym because they are concerned about the virus and catching it and
Mm-hmm.
affecting other people and loved ones. So they can, with just a few simple devices and a little bit of knowledge and know-how, they can create their own workout at home. So we want to be, the people who can inspire some other people to do that.
That's right. With showing them love and fitness and how military couples do it together.
Absolutely, absolutely, Mary. This is awesome, you guys. I love to highlight love stories, especially in the military. And you continue to create and recreate yourselves as a couple.
Yes, and I think that's interesting how, when I look back on it maybe 5, 10 years ago, I never thought that I would be in this place. I never thought that I would be thinking about, doing fitness full time or, helping others, inspiring others, doing things on YouTube to help others. So, you never know. And like you say, recreating yourself, recreating our love, rekindling our love. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a great thing.
So hold on. So you got married in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
Your 10-year
Mm-hmm.
anniversary is this year.
Yes, it
What do
is.
you guys have planned?
Well, hopefully the pandemic will ease up enough because we want to go back to Hawaii,
Yes.
where it all started. Or not where it all started, but where we got married. But
Right.
we want to go back to Hawaii. We want to see that again.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
We do.
so who knows? Hopefully that happens.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I hope this COVID, this pandemic goes away so we can all enjoy the beautiful sunsets in Hawaii. And please send me an invitation because I would love to join this love story in Hawaii. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so excited that you guys were able just to join me for a couple of minutes of this special episode with Mary and Kelvin. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Any last remarks you would like to give about love?
Well, you never know where you're going to find love or where love is going to find you. So I would just say, have an open heart
Mm-hmm.
and be honest and real with yourself.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Anything from you, Mary?
Well, I would just say that love comes in unexpected places. And when it hits, just be ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it first here. Love is clearly in the military, and you can find someone regardless of what rank, what race, what position. They
And
found themselves loved while they were at war in Iraq, their first date. That is such a blessing. You guys, thank you so much for honoring me to do this interview. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Laura Figures, your host with the Freedom Isn't Free podcast. And if you have not thanked a veteran today, please thank a veteran. And I'm out.